Hello, this is Julie from Bubbleberries Crafts. Thank you for joining me. Today I wanted to bring you something a little bit special. If you join me on Facebook, you will know that I've just launched Jewellery, which is affiliated with Silver Republic, and this is the other side of my work in life. And I wanted to combine both my Stampin' Up and my Silver Republic and bring you a video probably once a week, maybe on a Saturday, which will showcase a piece of jewellery as well as a tutorial for making a little gift box or a card. So today this is our first Stampin' Up meets Silver Republic, and today I have a beautiful 5-chained snake chain necklace, and on the end of each of the cascades is a beautiful little heart that sits on the end. This is absolutely stunning, this piece of jewellery. It's not very bright in here, so I don't know if you can see the way that it shines and shimmers. But this is a necklace that I've chosen to show you today, and I will of course put a link in the See More so that you will be able to go over and take a look at the other ranges available from JV Jewellery. So to go along with that, with the Stampin' Up side, I have a lovely little gift box, and to match this card, and the reason for the greys and the blacks is because of the colouring of Silver Republic. It's all sort of silvery and the black, so I thought I would show you how to make this little box today. It just has a little belly band which slips off, and the box opens up like this, so it's ideal for little gifts or treats, or maybe even a little piece of jewellery. So I'm going to show you how to make this. So I need to, oops, pop this all, I'll sort that in a minute, pop this all to one side and we can start. So to do this you will need a piece of cardstock, and this needs to measure 4 inches by 7 2/8. And before we do any scoring, we're going to do some stamping, and I'm bringing in the Smoky Slate ink, and I'm using the Painted Petals stamp set, and I'm using the little buds up the top here. So just popping it into your ink and just randomly stamping wherever you would like to, all over your cardstock, just to sort of fill up all the spaces. You can build it up as much or as little as you would like. Okay, then once you're happy with that, we can bring the scoreboard in. Oops. There we go, sorry. Don't worry about any of the sizes, the scoring or the measurements. Just click on the See More and there will be a link that will take you straight over to this project, and all the details will be there for you. So with your cardstock in the Simply Scored with the long side at the top, we need to score at 3/4, 3 2/8, 4, and again at 6 1/2. Then rotating your cardstock so the short side is now at the top, score again at 3/4 and at 3 2/8. And then that's all the scoring done. We can then come along and burnish all of our score lines to give us that crisp edge to our box. Then once that's all done, you'll see that in the landscape mode, you will have 4 score lines that run up to the score line just across here. We're going to come and cut up them and just take a little notch so that the box closes all flush when we put this together. So just cutting up the score lines and taking a notch, but only on the little squares. Then we can rotate and do exactly the same on the other side. Last one. Oops. There we go, get rid of all these chippy bits. Okay, then when you're looking at your box, and the way that it goes together is that the top will fold over. You can choose at this point which you would like to have as your top and your bottom. I'm going to choose this as being my top. So on this little flap here, I'm just going to use the 7/8 scallop circle, and I'm going to punch in just a little way, eyeballing it and just taking a little notch out for my thumb grip for opening up the box. Now we can stick this all together. So I'm going to use some liquid glue, but on all of your tabs pop some adhesive on, so running around, popping on the adhesive, and then we can start building this all together. So taking in your tab, lining up the side and sticking that into place, and then just keep doing that all the way around. Obviously where you've got your notch will become your top, so we can push that out of the way, bring these tabs to meet the bottom. And then we can do exactly the same with the top. And then that's our box complete, and we can go on now to do the decoration. Oops, if I can get it to close. There we go. Okay, so for the belly band, I'm using a piece of the Back to Black Designer Series paper, and this measures 1/2 inch by 8 inches, and we can just simply pop that on around the centre of the box and wrap it around so it forms around the centre of the box. Actually, I'll probably cut that a little bit too long, so I'm just going to cut a little bit off of there. So I would suggest making yours maybe about 7.5 inches long. I will put all the details, I'll measure this when we're done and put it all on the blog for you. And then just using a piece of adhesive, can stick that down in place. And then you can take this back off and just mould it around the box so that it sits nicely. Then you'll notice with this one that I've actually heat embossed my sentiment on there, which has come again from the Painted Petals, You Are Amazingly Amazing. But to save you and your ears from any sound from the heat gun, etc., I've already gone ahead and heat embossed my little sentiment, and I've punched this out using the large scallop oval, and then taking another piece of the matching Designer Series paper, and again using the large scallop oval, I can punch one of these out, and then using some dimensionals, just going to pop onto the Designer Series paper, and then taking my sentiment, I'm just going to offset this so that you can see the Designer Series paper behind it. And obviously I want this to stick onto the belly band, sort of into the centre, so I'm going to pop some more dimensionals, but I'm actually going to pop them onto the belly band so that I know that I am getting it stuck onto there. And then just popping that on to the belly band like that. I've also gone ahead and just pre-tied a little bow, and using a glue dot I'm just going to pop this on. Oops. Just going to pop that on there at the top, and then to finish that all off I'm taking one of the large rhinestones and I'm popping that actually onto the bow, and then as a final little touch I've got some little black rhinestones which I had left over from Christmas, making little snowmen and for their eyes, etc. I'm just going to pop 3 of them at the bottom just to keep that black theme, black and silver theme going. And that's it. That's how quick and simple this little gift box is, but I do think it's rather sweet. I do hope that you have enjoyed this tutorial, and do pop along and come and see me at JV Jewellery. I will put all the links at the bottom in the See More for you so that you can pop along. But thank you very much for joining me. Goodbye.